What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Come on in. You know the drill is you come on, go ahead and give me that thumbs up for y'all on YouTube, TikTok. Go ahead and tap the screen immediately. Okay. Don't wait. Don't waste time. Go ahead and knock it out. So that way everybody knows, you know, um, that this is a live stream that you should be tuning into. I knew I was supposed to be live on Tuesday. There's a lot going on. In this family, and we gonna do what we do. Okay, so that's why I'm here today. I'm making up for what I missed on Tuesday. I want to make sure that I give y'all as much information as I possibly can on tonight. And then I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. What's going on? BIG, what's going on? Welcome in, Big. I see you. Happy Thursday. So as y'all are coming in, go ahead, tap the screen, thumbs up on YouTube. I am live on YouTube, so if you cannot stay the whole time on TikTok, by all means, you can jump on YouTube and watch the replay. That is Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay, so if you can't stay the whole time, don't feel like feel some type of way because you can't stay the whole time. It's all good. Okay, so tap the screen. TikTok, thank y'all so very much. I see you. I appreciate you. Share the live. If you have been here before, y'all know we don't do that whole gatekeeping stuff. I don't really like that term, but anyway, we don't keep information to ourselves, okay? We share what works, what doesn't work, what we're doing, all right? Whether we got the results yet or not, we share. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart. Me, I appreciate you. I see you. So tonight, what I want to do is I want to talk to y'all about something because we have been reviewing. That's right. I like that divine day. Come on now. Let's go. Divine day indeed. Y'all give Prison to Blockchain a follow. Okay. Do it from the live stream though, because there are a lot of copycats out here. So if you want to make sure you're following the correct person, anytime there's someone on TikTok that is live in a crypto space, that's when you want to follow them, okay? Because I don't know what it is with TikTok and crypto educators or crypto enthusiasts or whatever. When you get to talking about crypto, like they be copycats so fast. Okay, so give him a follow real quick. I think Crypto Stock Markets just came in here too. If he did, what's going on? Money Talk is here too. What's going on, y'all? I appreciate y'all. So if they do type something, I'll be pinning them as well. Okay, I got you. He said he did, yeah. So normally if he's going to be able to stay for a minute, he'll put something in the chat so I can pin him and everything. But so we're talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin on YouTube, y'all. I said that there you go. What's going on? Thank you so very much for that hand hard Crypto Stock Markets. I appreciate you. Let me go ahead and pin. Let me pin them. Hey, let's go. So y'all give Crypto Stock Markets a follow. He is a really great educator here on TikTok. If you are new, if you've been in it for a minute, if you want to learn more because you've been in here for a while, like myself, you've been in for 5 or more years, y'all. This is one of those people that you want to have those type of conversations. So he can kind of give you everything. All right. So give him a follow through the live, though. Through the live. Money Talk said, and I was like, let me pick up the call. Come on, Money Talk. We're gonna go ahead and pin her too. Okay. Brilliant young lady. Y'all give her a follow on the live stream because there's a lot of copycat accounts out there for her too. So give her a follow here, okay, while she's in the live stream right there on that pin, okay? So I'm here, y'all. I said I'm on YouTube as well. So if you can't stay the whole time, you can always jump on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sharing the live. Thank you for the repost, for tapping the screen, all that good stuff. So tonight we're going to talk about Bitcoin, okay? XRP gets a break. All right. We're moving back to what I love to do, which is talk about the one that started it all. Okay. And I know there was somebody on YouTube maybe a week or two ago was like, I don't know why you gotta talk about Bitcoin. I got it. It was the first, but that doesn't mean that it's the only thing that you should talk about. It's not the only thing that a person can talk about, but that's what Leona want to talk about. Okay. So There's that. What's going on, crypto stock markets? He say, hey, y'all, give him a hey back. Come on now. There we go. I see you, Gloria G. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Wade over here laughing at me, but I'm just saying, like, don't tell me what to talk about. If you want to talk about something else, you go talk about it, okay? It's all good. I see you Friday. I see you, Storm. Welcome in, y'all. Happy Thursday. All right, Eli Crypto. Walter, welcome in, y'all. Happy Thursday. As y'all are coming in, tap it up, repost, share, and then also let me know where you're tuning in. And that is from for y'all on YouTube and on TikTok. Okay. So let's go. Let's get into it. Hey, Miss Regina, welcome in. Thank you for grabbing that hand heart. That heart me. I don't know why I said hand heart, child. I'm talking too fast. I need to slow down. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, Saga City talking about some major can sell well to water. Let's go, man. Let's go. So thank you for those gold parts too, crypto stock markets. I appreciate it. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin tonight because did y'all see Bitcoin got close to 80K again? Yes, this is for beginners. Gloria G. All of my live streams are for beginners. Thank you for the new creator. I appreciate you, Money Talk. All of my live streams are for beginners because I realize that there are a lot of people out here. They talk a lot of and give a lot of great information about crypto, but there aren't enough of us that focus solely on beginners because there are millions upon millions of people who still don't even know what cryptocurrency is, let alone how to get involved in the cryptocurrency market. Okay. So the Dingo, welcome in. Happy Thursday. So what I do is I talk about, ways for us to get into it, what to look for, but I also talk about what's underneath that because there are reasons why we spend the way we spend, the reasons why we invest the way we invest or don't invest, and so on and so forth. There's a behavior, there's an idea, there is a firm, belief that drives our money-making decisions or investing decisions and whatnot. And that's some of the stuff that I cover as well. All right. Thank you so very much for liking the live. So I want to ask y'all a question. Okay. I want to ask y'all a question. How many of you have ever bought into the cryptocurrency market and then as soon as you bought into it, the price just dropped? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if you've ever bought into the market and then as soon as you bought something, it dropped. Javier, welcome in. Hey, Monique, welcome in. I see you. Happy Thursday. Right? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you have ever sat here and bought some cryptocurrency and as soon as you bought it, the price just plummeted. If you have never had that happen, give me the thumbs down emoji in the chat. I'm giving y'all the thumbs up because that's happened to me, especially when you don't know any better. Hey, what's going on? Charity is over here. Guten Tag. Right? It happens. Okay. I see you with the thumbs up on YouTube as well. Saga City says stay small so it can grow to ball. Come on now. Let's go. Let them know. Don't jump in. But we're going to talk about when we should jump in, when we can consider jumping in. Okay. Mr. Howard, welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. We're going to talk about some things for us to look out for to help us to make the decision. Because I know it's not going to be easy as a beginner to make the decision. Because sometimes we're just like, hey, I just want to get in, because I was told that I should be buying some Bitcoin. Right? I was told I should be buying some Bitcoin. So let me go ahead and do what they told me to do. But I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't want to do that. We want to have an idea of what we're doing in the market. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. All right. I see you say every time I buy on Coinbase. All right, let's go. All right. So question also, did you wait? Anybody on here? Did you ever? Hey, thank you for the TikTok hat. I appreciate it. Chandra, welcome in. Happy Thursday. I see you. It's been a minute. So have you ever waited? If you have ever waited to buy crypto and then it took off without you, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Hey, thank you so very much for grabbing that heart. Me too. Have you ever waited and said, I'm gonna wait until it go down some more. It's gonna drop some more. And then that thing took off on you. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if that's ever happened to you. I see you. I am the champion crypto stock markets. Saga City Wade say, yup. Right? What I want every single one of y'all to know, YouTube and on TikTok, okay? What I want every single one of you to know, she said guilty on YouTube, right? What I want every single one of you to know, okay? And especially for my people who are crypto beginners, okay? None of this stuff is random, all right? None of this stuff is luck. People are not making money, and I'm talking about like big money in the cryptocurrency market based on luck alone, okay? There is a pattern. There's a pattern behind, specifically talking about Bitcoin tonight. There's a pattern behind how Bitcoin moves. And that's something that we've been discussing for like the past month or so. Lady Red, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. And for that heart meet, I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Happy Thursday. Okay. We've been discussing this for about the past month, or so. And so tonight, what I'm going to do is show you pretty much how news, right? Smart money players, who I'm gonna break that down. Smart money players and price structure all connect. So we're gonna put everything that we have learned over the past month, we're gonna put it together. Now, for my people who say, Leona, this is my first time coming to your live stream, okay? Y'all, all of my videos for the past month or so are on YouTube. Every time I've gone live and have taught, all of it is on YouTube. You can go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube for y'all on TikTok, okay? But I'm going to do my best tonight. Yeah, she said, oh, I need that, that lesson. Let's go, okay? I'm going to do my best to make sure that I break the stuff down as we go. So I'm going to ask questions, y'all, because what I don't want to do is leave anybody behind, okay? Charity, yeah, I see you. Thank you so very much for sharing and reposting, tapping the screen, all that. I see y'all, okay? So before we get into it, though, y'all, none of what I provide to you all tonight, when this information, none of this is financial advice, because at this moment, I am not a securities licensed like financial advisor, okay? I can give basic financial advice, general financial advice. Thank you so very much for that sub too, Gloria. I appreciate you. Okay, I am showing charts tonight. Yes, I am. We're going to make that happen because I want y'all to see how Bitcoin has moved since we started talking about it a little over a month ago. So the whole point of these live streams is definitely for beginners, but I invite people who are experienced because they can help chime in and pick up on something that I miss in the comments or better explain something, okay, that I say. All right. So I welcome people who have a bit more experience in the crypto space. Definitely. All right. The whole point of this, y'all, though, is to help every single one of you to get this information and then make better financial decisions. So you're not guessing, you're not frustrated, you're not angry, you're not confused, all of that stuff. The goal is to help you to take your time, know what you're looking at, and with confidence, start investing in the market if that's what you decide to do. Okay. Gloria adds, you can actually make money with crypto. You absolutely can. It's an asset class, just like the stock market, your real estate, precious metals, all of that. Okay. So yeah, and we're gonna get into all of that. Okay. So let me make sure I knock out this stuff again. Y'all, as you're coming on, keep tapping the screen, tap, tap, tap on TikTok, YouTube. If you haven't given a thumbs up yet, thumbs up, share, repost on TikTok, and then also keep commenting and letting me know that you are here. Okay. And also, if you're brand new, I want to say this for my people who are brand new on TikTok. I don't know if it is anybody brand new on YouTube, but if you are brand new, y'all, I do have a free crypto beginner checklist. It pretty much walks you through exactly what you should be looking to do, but also what you should do before you buy your first cryptocurrency. If you said, oh man, I made a mistake and I did X, Y, and Z, I want to start over, start fresh. Thank you so very much for that heart me, Crypto Angel. I appreciate you. Then this would be a good, start over point for you. Okay. So it only takes about 5 minutes to go through it, and it can save you money, y'all. That is the goal, is to help you save money from losing money early on in your crypto journey, okay? And I'll touch on parts of the checklist throughout this live, all right? So let's go. Let's talk about why Bitcoin moves the way it moves, okay? I'm going to do my best to make this simple, If you need me to repeat something, I need you to say repeat, Leona. I said say type the word repeat in the chat. If you need me to slow down, type the word slow. Okay, you don't have to say slow down, just say slow. Okay, or type slow in the chat. Okay, if you're like Leona, I'm not gonna be able to stay the whole time, then guess what? You can watch the replay on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. It will be up. Okay. So in a few of the previous live streams that we've done, because I go live Tuesdays and Thursdays normally, right? I've addressed all of this stuff, but for those of you that are new, okay, to me and new to cryptocurrency, I got you, Gloria, right? Bitcoin moves based on, I'm gonna give you 3 things, but clearly there could be other things, okay? So this is Leona's 3, okay? Hillelander, welcome in. William, welcome in. I see you. Happy Thursday. Okay, y'all ready? I'm gonna give you 3 things. If you're taking notes, this is the time for you to prepare to take notes. Okay. Number 1, Bitcoin moves based off of the money flowing in and out. Okay, money flowing in and out of the crypto exchanges, of the ETFs that we have now, since 2024, right? Money flowing in and out. Everybody got it. That's number 1. Bitcoin moves based on 1, money flowing in and out. Got it? If everybody got it, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you got it, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. I see you, Wade. Let's go. Okay. Money flowing in and out. That's one way that Bitcoin moves. Okay. The second way that Bitcoin moves is based on the news and those global events. Have we noticed that there has been a lot of global, events happening? There's a lot of back and forth going on, right? So guess what? The news is very busy. Busy. Okay? So that's the second way that Bitcoin moves. It's based on the news and global events. Okay? So everyone should have 2 ways that Bitcoin moves. Money flowing in and out. That's number 1. Number 2, news and global events. Okay? Number 3, human emotions. Human emotions. Yes, like buyers and sellers. People are buying Bitcoin. People are selling Bitcoin. Absolutely. Thank you so very much for typing that on YouTube. Okay, stay focused. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. All right. The third way that Bitcoin moves is human emotions. We're going to get into it. I'm going to break all of these down in a second. All right. But we're talking about that fear and greed. People are fearful. People are greedy. You're going to hear about, if you have not heard about it yet, there's something called a crypto fear and greed index. It helps us, Gemini, to identify what is the overall market sentiment. What are people feeling about the cryptocurrency market? If there is fear in the market, then guess what? There are less likely to be a lot of buyers. There's going to be more sellers, right? If there's greed in the market, there's going to be more buyers than sellers. Okay? Now, is that a 100%? Absolutely not. Okay? Thank you so very much, ABT. Thank you for typing that in there for everybody. All right, so y'all should have it on TikTok. Y'all should be good to go. Okay? So I'm going to break this down. We're going to go with number 1 first. Okay? Thank y'all for sharing the live and tapping the screen. Y'all almost at 5K. Let's keep it going. I appreciate you, okay? Keep sharing, keep reposting, keep tapping the screen. Help each other out, okay? So it's not the same people over and over again. I appreciate y'all, okay? So number 1, okay, we talked about money flowing in and out, okay? So this is pretty much our smart money. And then it's pretty much the smart money versus our retail, okay? Those of us that are on this live stream, more than likely, we are retail investors. So if we put $10,000 into the market, that little $10,000 ain't moving the market like that, okay? Smart money is our hedge fund managers, our private equity firms, our big financial institutions, billionaires that are putting money into the market or taking money out of the market, okay? Terry said, am I smart money if I consider myself to be smart? You can say that, but technically, oh shoot. So yeah, so smart money, okay, big money people, okay. We talking billions of dollars being put into the market on any given day. Got it? Hundreds of millions of dollars being put into the market on any given day. Retail are those of us that are, we don't have the financial backing that the financial institutions have, billionaires have, things of that nature. Okay. This does not mean that you cannot make money like they do. It's just your amount will not be equal to theirs, but yours is still going to be substantial for you and your position. Got it? So when we talk about the money flowing in and out, this is where big money moves the markets, not beginners. I'm not telling you that you can't ever do it, because who's to say you won't be a billionaire at some point investing into this market? Okay. So big money moves the market, not beginners, not retail investors, per se. Okay. Our institutions, okay, our institutions are going to put money into the market, but they're going to be a bit more strategic. They're going to probably move a little bit slower, not too much slower. Hey, thank you so very much for that heart me. Hold on, let me pin this. Okay, hold on. There we go. My husband says, stack your pennies next to their dollars. I love that saying, because that's exactly what Leona do. Okay, that's exactly what Leona do. I appreciate y'all. You say, yes, you smart. Charity, that's for you. Yes, you are smart. Okay, but the institutions, they're going to be a bit more strategic. Okay, retail, unfortunately, especially when you're new, we have more retail investors that move a bit more emotional with their money into the market and out of the market, and then sometimes are late. Thank you so very much for that hand heart. I appreciate you. Right? As a beginner, you may be a bit more emotional. You may move late, so you may buy late because there's that fear of missing out. You may sell too early or sell too late because now you don't know what you're doing. Okay. And you bought at the high, and now you're like, oh man, it's down 10%. Not realizing that the cryptocurrency market, y'all, you can see 50, 60, 70, 80%, 90% drops. Thank you so very much for the roses, Miss Regina. I appreciate you. Right? You can see 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% drops, and then it rebounds during the next bull run. Meaning when the market is consistently going up. Okay? You can see that in the cryptocurrency market. So if you're not used to it, Cedric, then you're going to panic. Okay? And this is why it's a little bit different for us as retail investors when we talk about moving the market. Okay? So money flowing in and out, that's one of the ways that Bitcoin is moved. Okay? The second way is that news and global events that I mentioned. Okay? So the news and the global events. So what does that look like? Okay, so let's talk about when we are seeing hold on. Get my music back. There you go. So when we are looking at, ETFs, okay? So ETFs, specifically talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETF inflows tell us that price potentially may go up. That's not a guarantee. Welcome in, Miss Barbara. Barbara! Shoot. I told you every time you come in here, I'm going to do that, okay? All right. So thank you for that heart, me too. Y'all don't mind me on YouTube, okay? If y'all watch the replay on YouTube, just fast forward through that part, unless you want to laugh. All right. But yeah, so ETF flows typically we can possibly see a bit of a spike, okay? Increase in buying for Bitcoin. Why? Because those institutions that are holding Hey, she said I was waiting through my introduction. Let's go. When we see people buying more of those ETFs, they have to buy the Bitcoin in order to for you as a shareholder now to hold that ETF, that Bitcoin ETF. So what you may see is that particular institution buying more Bitcoin to match the influx of buyers of their Bitcoin ETF. Okay. He says, so when they control the news and global events as big institutions, they have advanced foresight. Yeah. You know how people say like there's market manipulation and stuff? I ain't here to say, but all I'm gonna say is, we get the information a little bit later. I say that generously. Like when I say it, we get it a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? I'll use an example. We were talking about, me and my husband were talking about Warren Buffett buying the treasury bills and stuff, right? So the way that I learned about him buying up a lot of treasury bills, I'm talking about billions of dollars worth of treasury bills, right? I learned about it by being on an X space, like listening in to a group of men that are in the finance space. Like some of them work for Goldman Sachs and things of that nature, right? There are people who are economists or have studied the economy for the past 30, 40 years, right? They're all on this X space and stuff. So they're talking about like how the market was moving and how the economy was. This is in 2023, y'all, that they were talking about these things. And then Warren Buffett came up and they was like, yeah, he's buying all of these T-bills and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, wait, what? Hold up. Y'all, for those of y'all that don't know, like I studied Warren Buffett, right? That's how I got introduced to the stock market, by studying Warren Buffett. So I was like, hold up, wait a minute. Let me write that down, because no one that I was around, no one that I had communication with was talking about buying treasury bills. Not a one person. Okay. So what you brought up is a prime example of what happens in these other asset classes when we're talking about investing in cryptocurrency. Because if we're not in those circles, if we're not having the conversations about certain things pertaining to that asset, specifically talking about crypto tonight, right? Then how are you going to know when you should push pause, when you should just hold fast, hold steady what you got, or when you should, do some bulk purchases, right? If you're like, hey man, I've been stacking 5K, 10K, 20K, whatever, and I've been waiting for the moment to buy Bitcoin as an example, right? Well, how are you going to know what to look for to say, hey, this is a really great time to buy and drop that 10K, to drop that 15K, that 20K into the market? I got it. Some people won't have it. Bear market bully. Hey, welcome in. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. He made it. I'm surprised you made it, but I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you. That's my own happy birthday song, okay, y'all? So that way I don't have to sing somebody else's. I got my own for y'all. There you go. But yeah, so when I'm on those S spaces and I'm hearing Warren Buffett is buying all these treasury bills and stuff, I'm like, well, shoot, let me go look. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning about treasury bills on my own because, like I said, no one in my circle is telling me that they're doing this. So it's safe for me to assume that they're not investing in it. So I start buying in 2023 because, shoot, my wealth mentor from afar, Warren Buffett, is buying a bunch of billions of dollars worth of treasury bills. This is why it's imperative for us to have these conversations. Okay? That's why it's important. That's why I said I would really love for the experienced crypto investors too to join these lives. I got it is more so for beginners, but the experienced people can drop some stuff that we, haven't paid attention to or haven't caught yet. Maybe you were just on the X space, that I missed, and they drop some stuff like, hey, make sure you take note of this. Pay attention to these dates like Money Talk will do. Like, hey, April 15th. So I'm telling people don't lie. April 15th, be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happened. See if the market moves, right? It's important for us to have these conversations. So yes, they definitely get the heads up because they're in those circles, right? So those ETF inflows, we may see price for Bitcoin go up, okay? When there is fear in the market, especially at the start of the war, right? What did you see happen? Price went down because people were like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? Why are we in it? And so on and so forth. How long are we going to be here? And now the market's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to stabilize now. Okay. We got it. Right? Then you'll see with that news and these global events, right? What you'll see are big buys. Did y'all see? Was that? I think it was last week. MicroStrategy bought billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Did anybody else see that? I forgot the amount. If somebody remembers the amount that he bought, Michael Saylor bought last week of Bitcoin, please type it in the chat because I completely forgot. But I saw it come up when I was on TradingView, and I was like, wait, what? And I clicked on it, and I was reading it, but that was last week, and now I forgot what the number was. But I do know it said billion, not millions, worth of Bitcoin, right? So when you see companies like that buy up a bunch of Bitcoin at one time, okay, then you may see price spikes. So we're going to look at the chart because I want you to see last week, remember what I said, MicroStrategy bought billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. If anybody knows the number specifically, type it in the chat. Said, I'm going to marry MicroStrategy. Charity said she's going to marry MicroStrategy, y'all. Thank you, Bear Market Bully. There it is. 2.5 billion. Appreciate you. See, I knew somebody was going to come through for me. So it was 2.5 billion last week of just Bitcoin being bought. So what we're going to do is when we look at the chart, I want y'all to keep that in mind. Last week, 2.5 billion just of Bitcoin alone was bought. That doesn't include the inflows of people buying more Bitcoin ETFs, because I'm going to show y'all that too. So, and this happened last week as well. So that way y'all can put all the stuff together, okay? So that was number 2. All right, that was number 2 with our news and global events, right? Enrique, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Number 3 is Bitcoin moves off of emotion, okay? And that's of us as traders and investors, okay? So when we see a ton of fear, that's going to equal selling, which means that price is going to go down. Okay. And I'll break down the candlesticks as well when we get back on here. All right. And then if there is greed in the market where people are really excited, the confidence is up, right? Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. We're talking about Bitcoin right now. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin. Whoop, 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 Bitcoin, right? Then you may see more people buying. So price is going to go up a bit higher. Okay. So I want y'all to be honest with me real quick. Thank you so very much for sharing the live. I see you, Rhonda. I want y'all to be honest with me real quick, okay? Have you ever like bought something just because it was trending? Type me in the chat real quick. If you have ever bought something just because it was trending, type me in the chat. You ain't have to say it was today. I'm talking about ever in your life. Have you just bought something ever in your life because it was trending? Type me in the chat. I could. You don't know what you don't know, right? ABT say all the time. Come on, you don't know what you don't know, right? So sometimes you get lucky because you just went on ahead and did it, right? And sometimes it turns out to be a bust. Charity said, me and them patty pies. Oh, shoot. I never got one of those things. I don't know. I just, yeah. But hey, you know, my husband said I got lucky with sheep. I didn't, but I did it late anyway, because I just was so against meme coins. I was so against meme coins, and I still ain't got my $50 back. Yeah, that's all I did, because I was like, I don't believe in meme coins. This is the owner, okay? It to me is like, what's the point of investing in it? You know what I'm saying? But that was me, okay? and I put 50 little dollars in there, and I still ain't got my $50 back. And this is like 3 years later. I still ain't got my $50 back. Yo, like, I'm like, girl, they still got your money. What the heck? But anyway, this is why what I just shared. This is why step 1 in this checklist that you can download for free. This is why it says don't invest blindly, because if you don't know your plan going in, emotions can take over, and more than likely they will take over. ABT said, I bought a pair of shoes in 2010 that were hot, didn't want them, but resold them for Ooh, come on, 1,300. Shoot, all right then, that's nice. You did good. You did real good. Well, I don't know how much they cost, but yeah, that sounds good to me. Go ahead then. I see you. I love it. But yeah, unfortunately, sometimes what can happen to us is if we don't know any better, we out our money, right? Wade said, I jumped in on Trump. What was I thinking? Thought I had a lick. Hey, he got everybody. If you wasn't in that circle, you had to be in that circle, y'all. If you weren't in that circle, your money gone, dog. Because that wasn't even 24 hours. And I was telling people, I said, now, I ain't telling you what to do with your money. I said, but what Leona ain't going to do, I already know history. You have a long history of getting people out their money. You know what I'm saying? You got a long history of getting not your buddies, not the fellow billionaires. No. Not the fellow billionaires. We're talking about your average, everyday 9-to-5 worker. Your middle class folks too. Like, yeah, you got a history. Why am I going to put my money behind you? Absolutely not. So you can take my money too? Absolutely not. He said, gone. Oh, shoot. Bear Market Bully said he made out surprisingly, though. God bless you. That's awesome. Because I know of plenty. I was reading the comments, and it was so many people like, man, my money gone. I didn't get a chance to say it. So again, that's why it's really good to be able to have the conversations. And what we know, we share it with one another instead of just holding on to it. Because think about it, y'all. And this is for my people who are not familiar with me. Okay. I'm a sharer because I know what it's like to find out about information late and then find out that someone else was already doing it that was so-called cool with me. Like, dog, you couldn't tell me, you couldn't give me the heads up that you was already investing in this company in the stock market. Whether I did it or not, you can say, hey, man, listen, whoop, company, whoop. I'm just saying, I'm doing whoop. You ain't got to do it. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't hurt you to do that for me, right? If we cool. So that's why I get online and I tell people, these are some of the things that I've experienced. Some of them were great. Some of them were cool. You know what I'm saying? Some of them were horrible decisions. And this is how I came to these conclusions. Boom, 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 boom. Right. No gatekeepers. Like that's not what we're doing over here. So that's why I really love for the experienced crypto investors to come in too. So that way we're all helping each other out. Because we one team, one fight. I told y'all my battle buddies now. Mr. Joe, thank you so very much for sharing the live. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Hey, thank you for that. Love you. I appreciate you. Right? We got to make sure each other good. Okay? So we're gonna look at the charts here in a second. Okay? This is a time for y'all to go ahead and share. Share, because I'm about to turn the camera around so that way y'all can look at the chart. We're gonna walk through this because I want y'all to see what's happening. We're gonna look at last week. We're gonna look at what's happened over the past few weeks, like the past 3 to 4 weeks that we've been going live talking about the different phases of the market cycle and all of that stuff, right? And I want you all to see the progression and how the market has moved, okay? So that way you can be able to identify these terms that I'm going to give you, the higher highs and higher lows and lower highs. If you have ever heard those things, you're like, girl, what? I heard that, but I don't know. I got you. Okay? I got you. Okay? Because we want to be able to identify what's happening in the market. Is there a shift? Is it a real deal momentum shift? Right? Or is it like, the market's moving, but it's not set in stone until this. Got it? So let's go. Go ahead, share right now while I get the chart up so that way we can all look at it, okay? Share, and repost. If you have not reposted yet, y'all, and you're new, and you're like, I don't know you like that, Leona, so I'm not about to share yet, you can always just repost, okay? That's a good one to do for y'all on TikTok. Okay, YouTube, y'all do the same thing. And if you can't stay the whole time, y'all, remember I am live on YouTube, so you can always watch the replay on YouTube, okay? So it will be posted after this live stream is over. And that's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Okay, so let's run through this real quick. So for my people who are new to investing or considering themselves in investing in a cryptocurrency market, like you want to start, okay, you haven't started yet, or you put a little, a few dollars in, but you don't really know what you're doing yet, you can go on something that is free called TradingView.com. Okay, I'm circling it here so you can see it. TradingView.com. Okay, this is a website that shows you charts like this. Don't panic, don't freak out. I'm going to break this down, okay? Don't spaz out on me, okay? I got you. All right, but you'll be able to look at anything, any asset that is tradable. You should be able to see it on here, okay, on TradingView. So I put in BTC USD in this small corner here, and I selected, this is the one that I'm on. See where it says crypto, spot crypto? That's the one I'm on, okay? So these are different brokerages too, all right? So I've used Coinbase before, so on and so forth, all right? But I'm using the spot crypto just to use this as an example, okay? All right, so welcome in, Ron. Happy Thursday. All right, so next to that, I want y'all to see we're on the 1 week time frame. What that means is every single one of these green and red candles, Anthony, represents 1 week of price moving either up or down. Again, if you need me to slow down, say slow down or type slow. If you need me to repeat something, okay, type repeat. But if you're good, I'm going to keep going. So if I don't see any comments come through, welcome in, fabulous, right? If I don't see any comments come in, that means that keep going, okay? So if you need me to slow down, type slow. If you need me to repeat something, type repeat. That way I know that I need to slow down or repeat. Yes, you will eventually need a broker, Gloria, okay? But right now, I just want y'all to be able to identify certain things in the market. And then when you do decide that, yes, I am going to start investing in a cryptocurrency market, you can use that checklist that I told y'all about to help you get started, okay? There's going to be a ton of information eventually that you'll get for free should you decide that, yes, this is what I want to do, okay? So we're on the 1 week time frame. So everybody got it. We now know where we are. Nakia, welcome in. Happy Thursday, okay? So Michael Saylor bought $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin last week, okay? So we're going to look at what the candle looked like last week, okay? So this green candle right here is the current week. This is where we are right now, okay? So I'm going to move y'all to the right so that way you can see this green box here is where price is currently at, okay? So that's 78K-ish. Got it? Cool. Again, if you need me to slow down, type slow. Welcome in, Steady Steve. If you need me to repeat, type repeat in the chat. If you don't type anything, then I'm going to keep going, okay? So this is our current week. The previous week is the one right before it. So this tells us, okay, when the candles are green, that more people are buying. The bigger the body of the candle, which is this like rectangle, right? The bigger the body of the candle, the more price has gone up. That means we have a lot of buyers in the building. So I just made that a bit bigger so y'all can see it. Okay. So green means buy. People are buying. That means price is going up. Wealthy VIP, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay. Red means price is going down. That means sellers are in the building. They're pushing price down. Okay. They're selling for some reason or another. Got it? So green means buy. Price is going up. Buyers are in the building. Red means sell. That means price is going down. Sellers are in the building. Crypto Babysitter, welcome in. Happy Thursday. If she types something in the chat, I'm a pin her so that way y'all can give her a follow. She is really good for beginners too. Okay. I would definitely say because she has a whole series to help y'all out. So I think it was Gloria that was asking about brokers. You need to go check out her page because she has a whole series walking you through exchanges, how to buy on specific exchanges, wallets, all kind of stuff. Y'all give her a follow. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay. So green means buy, price is going up. Red means sell, price is going down. Okay. The bigger the body, the more people are buying. The bigger the body, the more people are selling. Got it? Okay. Again, if you need me to slow down, I need you to type slow in the chat. If you need me to repeat, type repeat in the chat. If you don't say anything, I'm going to keep talking. All right. Thank you so very much for the rose and the heart puff, Crypto Babysitting. I appreciate you. Right. Okay. So now the next part to this is a little bit of Candlestick Anatomy to help you out. So when you get on TradingView, you're not sitting here like, what? What does this mean? Why is this here? Da, 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 da. I'm going to help you out. So we said the body of the candle, right, is this rectangle. Okay, y'all see there are lines. Welcome in, Danny. Happy Thursday. There are lines above and below sometimes. Not all the time, y'all. Ever since I stopped paying for TradingView, boy, them doggone ads have gotten ridiculous. I end up paying for TradingView again just to get rid of these ads because they're just, Anyway, so you will see there are these little lines above the body of the candle and then below. Sometimes those lines are longer. Sometimes they're shorter or non-existent. Okay. They are called wicks. W-I-C-K-S. Wicks. Okay. If you're taking notes, I want you to write it down because this is going to help you to identify areas where price could potentially go and return to. Okay. That's right. Thank you so very much, Crypto Babysitting. She typed it in here. So there you go. I'm going to pin it for my people who missed it. Okay. These long lines, either at the top of our candlesticks or at the bottom, okay, of our candlesticks are called wicks. What that tells us, the narrow path, welcome in, happy Thursday. What that tells us is that price has been pushed either down or up. Okay. Said TradingView won't let me back in since I stopped paying for it. Ooh, they wrong for that. They wrong for that. Oh man, thank you for grabbing that heart me, the narrow path. They are so wrong for that. So yeah, so when we see, I'm going to use this one because this is our low. And I get into those higher lows and higher highs and all that stuff in a second. Okay. So just using this as an example. Okay. This one has a very long lower wick. Okay. So what that tells us is that at some point during this whole week, that price went all the way down here to $60,000 ish. Okay. So 60K ish. Does everyone see that? Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if you see it. Thumbs down if you don't. Okay. This long lower wick came all the way down to 60K ish. So at some point during the week, we don't know what day unless we go down to the day chart. We don't know what day price went down there by looking at it on the week. We just know at some point during that week, price pushed all the way down here. Okay. Now, there is a wick above it as well. It's not as long. Okay. But it is above it. And it went up to, let me put my cursor up here. It went up to around 79K. Okay. 79K. Now, Bitcoin this week pierced that and then pushed back down. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart, Milan. I appreciate you. Everyone see that on that week, Bitcoin went up to 79K-ish. Okay? So since we know that it went to 79K-ish, that means at some point during this week of, hold on, let me put it right here, February 2nd, during that week, buyers were attempting to push Bitcoin up because people were buying Bitcoin. But because the buyers could not maintain control during that week, they lost their momentum and the seller said, get out of here. And that's why the candle closed red. Does everyone understand wicks now? What they mean to us when we look at the chart? If you do not, please say something. If you're good, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Because we're going to talk about open and close next, and then we're going to move on to the higher highs and higher lows and all those things. Thank you so very much for reposting. I appreciate you. Sabu, welcome in. Happy Thursday. All right. So Nan said, I do not. Okay, thank you. All right. Alton, welcome in. Alton, my bad. I'm sorry. That's the chat coming out. I'm sorry. We got an area called, it's spelled Alton, but we don't say the T, we say on. You know, we actually don't even say the L. God dog. Now that I said it out loud. Okay, so let me stop showing my countryness. Okay, so when we look at our candlesticks, okay, we look at our candlesticks, it tells us a story. It's speaking to us. It's telling us, in this case, we're on the week time frame, which means throughout this week of February 2nd, 2026, Bitcoin went up to 79K at some point during that week, and it went all the way down to 60K at some point during that week. Okay? That's part one. Part two is it's telling us that buyers were in the building, but they could not maintain control. So that means they weren't able to attract more buyers. More people weren't buying. More people were selling their Bitcoin than buying Bitcoin. Does that make sense? For who was that said no? Land. Does that make sense for Land? Money Chick, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay, cool. So when we look at these wicks, these skinny lines above our candlesticks, that tells us that price has went up to a certain point at some point during this week, or it went down to a certain point during this week. There are going to be some times where you don't have a lower wick. Okay? Like this week, we have not seen price go down yet. Do y'all see a wick down there? Do you see a wick down here? Yes or no? Let me move it out the way. This current week, do you see a wick down there? Yes or no? At the bottom of that candlestick. Not the top one. Not the top wick. Right. So that means so far this week, price has not gone down. This is telling us that buyers have been in control for the most part this entire week. Okay? Now, ABT asked the question, was the sale based in emotion? What we could do is go back and look and see, you know, but you got to think about it. Okay, hold on, let me move this back. You got to think about it. We had been in a selling market, okay, in a correction phase since it started in October of 2025. So what more than likely happened, you probably see, if you go back to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, ABT, you could probably see that the fear and greed index may show fear or extreme fear during this particular week. Okay, it's pretty possible that during this week it'll show fear or extreme fear because price kept going down. Okay, and this is why looking at that crypto fear and greed index can be helpful to us, just so that way we can get an idea of what the market is feeling. Okay, so that's good. I'm glad you got it. Thank you so very much for the follow. Is that fine? Is that how you say it? Because you spell it different. My name is Fine. I don't know if any dudes gonna want to call you Fine, but you know, so you might be telling the dudes, "Hey, bro, call me something else." But ladies, y'all can call me Fine. All right, let me get back focused. See how I get this to squirrel? I'm one of them. Sorry. Okay, get back. So yeah. So yeah, thank you for the Rose Crypto babysitting. So yeah, we talked about the wicks, right? The upper and the lower wicks, what they mean. Everyone should know now. Okay, when you have your red candles, that means sell, price is going down. Everyone should know now. When we have our green candles, the market is going up. People are buying. Okay. Now let's talk about this open and close, so that way we can identify where that is on a selling candle and where that is on a buying candle. So if you get on these X spaces, if you get on certain people's like YouTube channels, they may say price opened up at this point and then it closed at this point. You know, at the end of the day, you're like, how do they know where price opened or closed? Has anyone ever asked that question? Like, how do people know where price opened and closed at? If you have ever wondered that, give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat. If you're like, what are they talking about, open and close? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like? How do you find that information? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. I got you, Land. Let's go. That's my song, boy. Okay, focus, Leon. I was about to start singing. I can't sing, but I surely hit a whoo real quick. All right, so open and close. It's going to look a bit different depending on whether it's selling or buying. Okay. And so crypto babysitter, don't hype me up now. Don't hype me up because I do it. I'll make a fool of myself, child. I'll be over here sounding a hot mess. And y'all be laughing at me. All right. And I don't care either, because I do it just because I want to do it. So yeah. So these candlesticks, they're going to show you where price opened at, where it closed at. So since I'm on this sale candle right now, I want to show you where the open is and where the close is. So this flat top right here, this is where price opened at. So the week on February 2nd, 2026, Bitcoin opened right here. So let me put my cursor over. So that's 77K-ish. Got it? It's this little black, the like charcoal box. It has $77,072.54. Okay, welcome back to Narrow Path. Okay, so that is where price opens on a sale at the top. So the flat top on a candlestick for a sale candle, that is our open. When we want to know where price closed for the week or for the day, or for, you know, if you're a trader and you're on lower time frames like 4 hour, 1 hour, and so on and so forth, then you can look at the bottom, the flat bottom of our sale candle, the red candle. That is where price closed. So I'm going to put my cursor here, and that gray, that charcoal color box says $70,095.23. That's where price closed. So this is why the candle was red, because it opened higher than where it closed. Land, you got it. So the reason why the candle was red for the week is because price closed lower than where it opened. Okay, so all right, good. So now we know where our open and close is on our selling candles. All right, so where's our open and close on our buy candles? And if somebody needs me to repeat, I need you to say something. If you need me to slow down, I need you to say something. Type it. I keep saying say something. Mel, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Type slow if you need me to slow down. Type repeat if you need me to repeat. If you cannot stay the whole time, y'all, I'm recording this on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls. You can go tune in there to watch whatever part you miss, okay? Timmy, welcome in. Happy Thursday. I see you, okay? So on the green candle, okay, our open is the flat bottom, okay? Price opens on our green candles, our buy candles at the bottom. So the flat bottom is where price open, and then the flat top is where price close. So let's put it right here. So on whatever week this is, 9 March. So Monday on March 9th, Bitcoin opened. I'm trying to get it there. It's close. It opened at $66,069.86. Okay. It closed the flat top. It closed at $72,912.99. So it closed higher than where it opened. That's why the candle was green. Everybody got it. Charity said watching it on YouTube right now. Oh, shucks. I was trying to pin it and this thing came up. Give me a second. Charity says she's watching on YouTube now. I can see the chart better over there. So if you want to watch it on YouTube, by all means, go ahead, okay? That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. And if you can't watch the entire thing, y'all, on TikTok, you can always watch the replay on YouTube, okay? So, okay, Lance said he got it. All right, cool. So now we know where the open and close is on our sell candles and our buy candles. Now we know what our upper wicks are showing us and also what our lower wicks are showing us. So that means anytime, y'all, you get on here and you pull up TradingView for free, because you do not have to pay for it. You only pay for it if you want to, okay? When you get on here and you're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, or a company in the stock market, ETF, whatever, they all have these candlesticks. This is the default, okay? This is the default setting. You're going to see candlesticks first. If you want to change it to something else, by all means, you could do that up here. Okay, but I ain't about to complicate it. All right, so this is the default. So any tradable asset, ladies and gentlemen, you can look at it on TradingView.com, and it's not just the United States. Okay, because I'm pretty sure somebody probably thought it, but was scared to ask. It's not just United States assets. This is international. Okay, Fred, welcome in. Thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, so now let's talk about these higher highs and higher lows and these lower highs and lower lows, so that way you can identify if the market is pushing up or if it's pushing down, okay, and where it has a potential to return to, okay, because that is going to be important. So since I have it here already, okay, we have our all-time high for Bitcoin. If you need me to repeat, please type repeat. If you need me to slow down, type slow in the chat. Okay. This is our all-time high. This white box says 126K. Okay. So this is how high Bitcoin has ever been since 2009 of coming on the scene. Okay. I got you, V-Babe. She says, slow down, Leona. I got you. Okay. If I'm going too slow, then say speed up, type speed. I'm not going to go too fast, but that means that I'm going a little too slow for you, all right? So this is our all-time high. Bitcoin came up to 126K, so $126,129.74 according to the spot crypto, okay, for Bitcoin. All right. Now, that number may be different depending on the crypto exchange you select on here. Okay. So it may be off $1 or $2, $10, whatever. It just depends on the exchange. All right. But the area is still the same. The setup is going to look the same. So now we know how far up it went. We're going to use this to help us identify lower highs. Okay. So what are lower highs? That just means that price could not return back to 126K. It could not surpass 126K. Okay. So when we talk about lower highs, that's what that means. This is our high. Keep it in mind, 126,000. Okay. So anything that does not come back up past that is going to be more than likely a lower high when I demonstrate this. So we see that October 2025, okay, we had our high, but we also saw price push all the way down to, let me put my cursor here. We saw price push down to roughly, I'm trying to get it there, $103,224 dollars and 42 cents. Okay. So I pushed down there. So 103,000 is lower than 126, correct? 103,000 is lower than 126,000, correct? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I'm right, tell me I'm right. Okay, you can use the thumbs up emoji to say, yep, 103,000 is lower than 126,000. If I'm wrong, say no, Leona, by giving me the thumbs down emoji. Thank you so very much, Crypto Babysitting, right? Okay, that's why our candle was red. So it went from 126K in 1 week down to 103,000. Okay, so we saw price push up a bit. It couldn't quite keep going, and it stopped at, let's see, roughly 116,000. Does everyone see that? Okay, I hope I'm going slow enough for y'all. So that means that price pushed up, but it couldn't keep going. We had one little green candle here, and then the following week, because remember, we're on a 1 week time frame. The following week, price pushed up a bit because we had this little upper wick, right? Okay. Yep. Okay, good, good. So we had this little wick right here. That means that price pushed up during that week, but it couldn't keep going. Okay. And the seller said, get out of here, buyers, and we're gonna take over. And so price pushed down. So this is a high, but it couldn't go higher than 126K. So guess what? That's considered a lower high. Now I got it, it's not a big massive move to the upside. That's still considered a lower high because we had price push up higher than here. Okay. Then price push down again. Boom, 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 bam. So this white line right here, this one is the 80K mark. Yeah, it said, get out of here. The seller's like, go on somewhere. We don't want your kind here. That's the country. We don't want your kind here. But price pushed down from the 116,000 all the way down to 80K. Would you all agree that that 80K is lower than 116,000? Give me a yes in the chat or no in the chat. Would you agree that 80,000 is lower than 116,000? I see you. What's going on, the assistant? Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Thank you so very much for sharing and reposting, tapping the screen, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? She be knowing what to do when she come in here. I appreciate you. Yeah, let's go. Black Nature said, new trader here. It's okay. We're just glad you here, girl. That's all that matters, okay? Black Nature, we're not trading here. I'm showing people how to read the chart so that way they can get better entries as an investor because we buy and hold, okay? I don't teach people how to trade at this time. I focus on investing, all right? There are some great traders out there. There's some people that can teach you that. Hopefully if she comes in here, I'll pin her. But Bullish Babe is one of them. But I wouldn't suggest you go look her up because she got a lot of fake. They got a lot of copycat accounts out there for her. Okay, kids first lacrosse game. Well, hopefully they are winning or have won. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Okay. So we now see that price came all the way down to $80,000, right? So that tells us we now have a new low. Okay. So price pushed down here. It came up. It came down. So now we have our first low, lower low. Got it? You're very welcome, land. Okay. So when you hear someone say lower low, or they may type on their chart LL, that's what it means. At some point, price pushed down, it came back up, and then it pushed down some more, and it formed a new low. That's called a lower low. Okay. So then we see price attempted to push up. I'm going to move this out the way so y'all can see where it went. Now remember, these wicks tell us that price moved up or down to a certain point, but it couldn't stay there. Okay, so we had that happen. This is the week of June. Oh, my bad, not June. Yeah, that's no January. My bad, January 12th. So at some point during the week of January 12th, 2026, Bitcoin pushed up to this white box here that says $97,961.55. That number may be a little bit different depending on what brokerage you are looking at on TradingView, y'all. So please don't come for me and be like, that ain't what mine say. I keep saying it over and over again, so that way you know I'm on the spot crypto on TradingView. Okay. So what does the wick that point down indicate? That means that sellers pushed price down. People were selling during that time. They just couldn't keep selling, and the buyers attempted to push the price up. So that means that people started buying crypto at that time. We're specifically talking about Bitcoin right now. People started buying Bitcoin at that time. So that's why you have that lower wick. The longer the wick is, that means sellers push price down, but buyers were attempting to push it up that much. So that was a real battle between buyers and sellers. Brown Sugar, welcome in. What's going on? Brown Sugar, babe. I probably shouldn't sing that because, you know, I think you're a chick. But anyway, welcome in. Happy Thursday. I about to hit that D'Angelo, y'all. Okay. So I'm probably still going to do it, girl. So don't mind me. So yeah, so that's what that means. All right. Sellers push price down. People were selling Bitcoin, but they couldn't keep selling, and the buyers came in and pushed price up. So that's why we had the lower wick. Okay. We're on Bitcoin, Brown Sugar. We're back to Bitcoin. We did XRP last week. Now we're back to Bitcoin. And we're just looking at it. I'm breaking down what lower highs and lower lows look like. So that way when people are saying, should I buy, should I sell, they can look at the charts for themselves and they can make the decision for themselves and not have to wait. We're on the 1 week time frame, the assistant. 1 week time frame. And that's for anyone else that just joined. We're on the 1 week time frame. I'm on tradingview.com. Okay. This is totally free. You do not have to pay for it unless you want to pay for it. I am on the spot crypto. Okay. I'm not on Binance. I'm not on Coinbase or anything like that for Bitcoin. I'm on the spot crypto. So when you put in BTC USD, there's going to be different exchanges pop up. I selected the spot crypto. Okay. And I'm on the 1 week time frame. All right. So we saw that price pushed up. Buyers pushed the price up. Yes, thank you so very much, the assistant. Oops, I was trying to pin it. The price pushed up to 97,000. Okay, almost 98,000. So that 97,000 is lower than this 116,000. Correct? That 97,000 is lower than that 116,000, correct? So if it is lower than that 116,000, that means that we now have a lower high. Everybody got it? Okay. So now we have our second lower high because this is our all-time high. Price pushed back up a bit, but it could not get back up to 126K. So guess what? Boom, a little mini one. You know what I'm saying? It's a little mini one. I'm going over for you for everybody, Maria. But if you miss any part of this and you want to watch the whole thing, then you can also tune in to the replay on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. You can always watch it on there, okay? So if there's something that goes over your head because you missed a part of it, by all means, check it out there, okay? And then comment and let me know that you're watching the replay so I can say, hey girl, hey. Kevin, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay. So we have a little mini lower high here, right? Price push down. We have our first lower low, and then price push back up and hit that 97K. So we now have our second lower high. Okay. And then RL, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Then price push down again. Everybody see that? Sell candle, sell candle, sell candle. We know that this means that price closed below our open. That's why they're red. You're very welcome, Kevin. Okay. And this long lower wick means that at some point the sellers, people were selling so much Bitcoin that Bitcoin price dropped down to this box right here, which says $60,013.76. That means we now, ladies and gentlemen, have our second lower low. Our first one was here. This is our second lower low because this was our initial low. Everybody got it. Our initial low was in October 2025. Our second low, which is considered a lower low, was in November 2025. And then our third lower low, our third low, which is another lower low, was in February of 2026. Joe, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay. So now we have two lower highs and two lower lows. What that tells us is that people have been selling Bitcoin since October. Okay. Overall, the market has been selling off since October. Does anyone disagree with this part so far? Don't look over here yet. Hold on. Let me put this right here. Don't look past here yet. I'm talking about from October to this particular week, February 2nd, 2026. Do we all see that? Would you agree that looking at this right here would say, oh yeah, people have definitely been selling Bitcoin? Yes or no? In the chat for me. All right, I see you. Yep. Let's go. Let me just double check. Hey, all right. Okay, cool. So now let's go back to the chart. I had to check on StreamYard. I can't see their comments when I'm sharing my screen, so I have to like kind of bounce back and forth to see if there's any comments asking a question. Okay, so now we have that. We know that February of hey, was that Cosmic Crypto just came in? Let's go. Come on, y'all. Give Cosmic Crypto a follow. Please do it from the live stream because I'm telling y'all, these copycats are out here. Y'all, he goes live as well. Y'all, and gives great information. So please give him a follow. I'm not one to sit here and say, you can only listen to me because I know everything about crypto, child. Please, no, I do not. I'm a student just like y'all. So make sure y'all follow these great crypto enthusiasts and educators from the live stream. So that way you don't mess around and get one of those copycat accounts. Okay. That's what you don't want because they're going to get your money. You're going to mess around and get got. And you can't blame anybody but yourself. So let's go. Let's go. All right. So now that we have established that our lower low, our second lower low was at that 60K mark. Okay. Now we want to look at what's happening afterwards. So what happened was we saw a little more selling. Look at this candle right here, y'all. Now, we just talked about Candlestick Anatomy, right? Look at this candle right here. Do y'all see a big body? Green or red? Yes or no in the chat. You see a big body? Yes or no in the chat. This one that I'm circling right here. The week of March 2nd. Okay. Man say no, Sierra Miss, I like the name, said no. Right. Okay. So when it's like this small, that means that there was a battle between the buyers and sellers. Okay. That also tells us that there was indecision in the market. Okay. Yeah, that's a little guy. That's a little guy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do much. At some point, though, Cosmic Crypto say, I love it when they battle. Come on. Tell them, go on, get the fighting. You know what I'm saying? Get the fighting. At some point, okay, that means that price, as you can see this upper wick here, that means at some point during that week, the buyers were attempting to win. Okay, so let me put my cursor here to help y'all out. That dark gray box says $73,934.67. Okay, so that means during that week, at some point, the buyers were able to push price up to 73,000. However, the sellers was like, no, we want to take over. But the buyer said, dog, you ain't got enough smoke. Okay. So that's why I ended up staying around that 65K. When there's indecision in the market, the next candle typically will help make the decision. Okay. So we're on a week time frame. So the following week, buyer said, we got this. Sellers, y'all don't run ish around here. We got this. Everybody got it. If this is making sense to you, please let me know it's making sense. If I'm going slow enough for you, let me know. Okay. If you need me to repeat, type repeat in the chat. Samuel, welcome in. Bang, welcome in. Happy Thursday, y'all. Thank you so very much for sharing the live. Again, the assistant, y'all follow the lead of the assistant. Share. Repost if you have not reposted yet. Tap the screen if you have not done so yet. Give me a few taps, 100, 1,000, whatever you feel in your spirit. And then if you're new here, let me know where you're tuning in from. Type your city, type your state, type your country if you're not in the United States, because that's where I'm at, child. Okay, let us know where you're tuning in from. All of those things. Send a message to TikTok algorithm to say, hey, more people need to hear this. Okay? Say, I hear you loud and clear. Let's go. Okay? Arizona, welcome in. Okay, I love it. You're the first person I've seen from Arizona come in. Come on, Connecticut. Connecticut, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sweet home Alabama. Anytime somebody say Alabama, that's the first song comes to my mind. I'm pretty sure they get on your nerves. But oh well, you're gonna have to deal with it tonight. Yeah, you say you want to be in the United States. It's okay. It's okay. You got a birthday celebration going on for Bear Market Bully. Can y'all give Bear Market Bully a happy birthday in the chat, please? Type happy birthday to Bear Market Bully because we got a celebration going on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got a birthday. Somebody got a birthday. Tag. Go ahead and tag Bear Market Bully and say happy birthday. You know, jumping on here on they during their birthday celebration and stuff, you know. Okay. All right. I see you. Thank you so very much, Lord. Thank you very much for letting me know. All right, so let's go. So we're going to talk about the higher highs and higher lows real quick, and then I'm going to run through the market cycle one more time, the different phases of the market cycle, because I realized that I got a bunch of new people on here. So that way y'all can identify the market cycles, and then we'll talk about where we are and what we should be looking for next. Okay. Some options that we can be looking at next. Okay. So we talked about lower lows and lower highs. So that tells us that the market is selling. People are selling their Bitcoin, specifically talking about Bitcoin tonight. All right. So how do we identify higher highs and higher lows? What do they look like, Leona? Let's go. So I'm going to use this old market cycle, okay, 2022 to 2023, so you can see it. Okay, so we all see this is the bottom of that sale that was happening, okay, that bear market that happened in 2021, 2022, right? Okay, So this is the bottom of that. I'm going to move this down just so y'all can see. Okay. And I'm going to remove this one so that way I can get this out the way, child, because I don't need a bunch of stuff on here. Okay. Yes, Charity already said it. That's accumulation when the market is moving sideways. Okay. Depending on the asset, it could be in accumulation for a long time. Okay. It could be there just a little bit, a few months, or it could be there for a few weeks. Okay. It just depends on what's happening in the market, and then what phase of the market cycle we're in. All right. So if it's been selling for an extended period of time, you may see that accumulation at the bottom of that sale, which is, oh, yep, Maria put in there consolidation when the market is moving sideways. Okay. You may see it at the top, or while the market is moving up, it may start to move sideways and go into consolidation. So that's pretty much like reaccumulation. Okay. That's an opportunity to buy more if you miss the bottom. Okay. So we realize this is the bottom. Everybody see this white line where I'm circling this area. Okay. This is the bottom from 2022. Okay. So now this is our low. Okay. So anything higher than that may end up being our higher low. Okay. What I also want to do, I should have kept that. Dang, I forgot. Let me put the line back up. So anything higher, let's do this. Where is it at? Once it passed, oh my gosh. My bad, I've been marking on my charts. I forgot to change it back. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. So anything, this was our last little lower high, right? Okay, this green candle. Hey, yes, it's on YouTube. Right here. Okay, so that said 21,000-ish. Okay. Once price goes above that 21,000-ish, okay, right here. Once price goes above here and it forms a new high and then pushes back down, that tells us we have now a new high. Okay. So we have our new high right here. That's at 25K. Everybody see that? Okay. D-Babes asks, how can I learn to navigate trading? I would suggest, because I don't teach trading right now, I'm only showing people how to identify stuff on the charts as an investor. I personally do not suggest anyone that is not really great at investing and has consistently made a profit year after year as an investor. I do not suggest that you start trading first. And the reason I don't suggest you start trading first is because typically when you do that, and this is from personal experience, y'all, okay, when you do that, you will lose more money than necessary because you are thinking that trading is going to save you from your financial situation, and that is a lie. Okay, that is a bold-faced lie. You are more likely to lose more money. So I always suggest people learn how to invest first, become profitable as an investor first. And once you are profitable as an investor, then you start to learn how to trade. Okay. Oh, you said navigate trade. Oh, because it was you. My bad. Okay. It was a typo. I got you. They have a lot of videos too on YouTube, V-Babes, as well, that's breaking stuff down. Okay, so if you want to do that, but like I said, you can always just play around. That's what I did. I didn't watch any videos, child. I just press buttons. What does this button do? I kid you not. What does this button do? What does this button do? That's it. That's all. That's why I was showing y'all where I was typing stuff and what I pressed. So that way, you know, you can definitely know where to go. So like when I said Bitcoin, I typed in BTC USD here by clicking on it. You see how I have BTC USD and then all those different exchanges come up. And I told y'all I'm on spot crypto. I'm not on a specific exchange, right? And then to know how to get to the week, the day, whatever time frame you want to be on, you just click on it next to that box. Boom. Okay. And you can favorite certain ones, and then that way you don't have to look at the other ones. Okay. You can make it to where you don't look at the other ones as well. All right. That is difficult to set up. It's not difficult on the phone. I find that looking at TradingView for me is a bit harder, especially to like get the lines where I want them and stuff. It's just annoying. So that's why I'm always on my laptop. But that's just me though. But you have a lot of the stuff that's on there. It's harder to find on the phone. It's harder to get the lines right and stuff for me. So that's why I just say, screw that. And I get on my laptop. I'm not fit to do all that. Thank y'all so very much for liking live. Miss Tazzy, hey, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay, so yeah, I got you with the higher low again. I mean higher high, and then we'll do the higher low. So like I said, right here, this is the bottom of this bear market, right? Boom, price come up, come down, comes up again. This is our final push down. Okay, so this is our last lower high here. So that means that price should, if it's going to form a new high, it has to at least break that 21K. Oh, shucks. It has to break at least that 21K. Okay? That's it. That's all. All right? And then once it breaks that 21K, now we're going to move this line up because it did right here. We're going to move this line up because now we have our new high. It broke the 21K. 25K is higher than 21K, right? The assistant is correct. So everyone has different preferences. Strategy is different for everyone. Absolutely. All right. Everybody got it. 25K is higher than 21K, correct? If you disagree, let me know. If you agree, let me know. Okay. Okay, cool. So now that we know that, we now have our new high. Okay. Price push down. I'm going to make this a bit bigger so y'all can see it. Because now y'all know where we at. I'm going to make this a bit wider too. Because now y'all know where we at so you can see it better. Okay. So this is our new high. And then price push what? Down. It came up. It came down to roughly 19K. Okay. This 19K is higher than this 15,000-ish. Correct? So because that 19K, which is a low, is higher than this 15K-ish, we now have a higher low. I'm going to type it here. Does everyone follow me so far? We now have a higher low. Okay? Right here. Right here. I can't move it. I'm trying to move it over. Child, get over there. Okay. We now have our higher low. Okay? Yes, we're on the week time frame. Lily. All right? So now that we have our higher low, we now need to see price close or go above this 25K. Does everyone follow me so far? If I need to slow down, tell me. If not, we're going to keep it going. Okay? So we need for Bitcoin to push up past 25K. Well, guess what? It does that. It goes up here. And bam. That's 31K. It's 31K higher than, oops. Yep, I'm about to hurry up and go. I just got the notification on my phone. 20%. 31K is higher than 25K, correct? It's 31K higher than 25K. Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no in the chat? Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. All right, cool. So that means the sister said we locked in. Come on, plug it in. Okay. So now that means we have a higher high. Does everyone agree? because 25K was our high, and now 31K is here. So now we have a higher high. Higher high. Moving forward. Oops, not how, child. High, girl, high. Okay, so now we have our higher high. Bam. And that's all you do, y'all. You look for when price does that. It forms a higher high, higher low. Okay, and then what happened? Once it hit this higher high, look at this. Look at this. He said, I was driving. Thank God you stopped and was making sure you focused on that road, man, because we need to make sure everybody stays safe. Okay? No accidents on my watch. Awesome. Okay, so we have a higher high here. Price stayed between that 25K, okay, that previous high. It stayed between that 25K and 31K. Does everybody see that? Okay, thank you for the repost. I appreciate you. So now we see price do what? Consolidate. It moves sideways. So that means we're still in that accumulation phase. This is when smart money, which is what I talked about earlier, your hedge fund managers, your large financial institutions, private equity firms, your billionaires, this is when those people are still buying. Okay? They're not broadcasting that they're buying. They're doing it quietly. That's why you don't see big body green candles just yet. Okay? So when a person asks, because I saw, so should you invest on higher highs or higher lows, or is it a preference thing? I'm going to say, I'm going to say Black nature is I'm going to do more investing in bulk during the time where smart money is investing, and that's during this phase, accumulation phase, when the market is moving sideways. Okay? And at the lowest price possible. Got it? That's the owner, because that's what smart money do. They buy at the lowest price possible, and while the market is moving sideways, it's not making a lot of noise. There's probably still fear or extreme fear in the market. So they're like, all right, bet. Let me stack. Let me stack. Let me stack. Let me stack. Okay? Let me stack. Let me stack. Let me stack. Lily adds, no, always good to buy at the dip. It's totally up to you. This is what I would tell folks, and this, especially as a beginner, and I wish I would have listened more in the beginning. You know, when I started investing in the cryptocurrency, y'all, you won't be as focused on when to buy if you're constantly buying. Like, I'm just going to use, you're going to hit a term a lot, dollar cost average, dollar cost average. You're going to see people type in the chat, DCA. That means dollar cost average, meaning you set up a schedule on the frequency in which you're going to invest in that asset. So because I know I want to hold as much Bitcoin as possible before all 21 million are circulating, every single month I'm buying Bitcoin, no matter what the price is, okay? But that's going to be a certain amount of money out of my investing pot that I have set aside for the month. Now, here's the difference between me and some other people. I build up something called a stable stash, meaning from previous market cycles when I have sold some of my digital assets, right? I will put a portion of the profits into stable coins. So you have probably heard people talk about stable coins saying USDC is what they're putting their money into. USDT, DAI, DAI. Ripple has their own now, RLUSD, whichever stable coin. The reason why people like myself would use a stable coin is to secure my profit, because the stable coin is a 1-for-1. If I put $5,000 worth of my profit into USDC, when the market plummets, guess how much USDC I'm going to have when the market plummets? 5,000 USDC. If the market goes up and it skyrockets, guess how much USDC I'm going to have? $5,000 worth of USDC. It's not going to go up or it's not going to go down. So for Leona, what Leona does is build up a stable stash. So that way, when price gets down here, like I did before, and I started buying Bitcoin at 18,000, because my butt got in back in 2020 and price was up in here somewhere. 30, 40,000, whatever it was, child. I don't even know what the price was. I would have to go back and look at my Coinbase, right? But when I started actually buying and being serious to be a buy and hold investor, right? Back in 2020, the middle of 2020 or so, right? I'm buying up here. So when I sat here and we had to experience that bear market, y'all, I was panicking because my portfolio as a whole was down doggone near 85%. Kid you not. My jaw was down almost 85%. I was like, Jesus, when is it going to stop? Please stop going down. Like, am I going to owe them some money? Like, I kid you not. I had every thought going through my mind because that was my first bear market. Period. So I'm over here panicking. You know what I'm saying? So what I did learn, though, in having conversations like we're doing tonight, I learned that the best time to buy, because I did not sell, the best time to buy is when prices are the lowest. We're not going to be able to time the bottom. We're not going to be able to identify in real time, yeah, this is the bottom, because anything can happen in the market. But what I saw that this was no longer happening, and I saw the candle was getting a bit bigger and bigger. I was like, you know what? Thank you so very much for the TikToks. I appreciate you, Land. Right? When I saw that the candle was getting bigger and bigger, because I look on the week to invest, right? I said, man, I'm about to start buying. If it go down some more, I don't care. I'll buy it when it go down some more. But I'm about to start buying. Because, shoot, it can't get any worse. I bought it 30, 40,000, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shoot, I'm about to buy this at 18K. That's what I started doing. So now with Bitcoin hitting 60K, Leona's not like, oh my God, because I started back buying at 18,000. That makes sense? So we want to buy when the market is doing this. Clearly this. Look at how long it did this. Look at how long it did this. From April 2023, when it hit that made that higher high, April 2023 to October 2023. Y'all, that's ridiculous. That's months of the market just moving sideways. You know the level of patience you got to have for that? Right? You know the level of patience you got to have for that? I need y'all to see do you know the level of patience you got to have to sit here and be like, man, I'm going to ride this out? From April to October, what? And that thing just playing around in there. It's like, I'm going to go up. No, I ain't. I'm going to go up. No, I ain't. I'm going to go up. No, I ain't. Over and over again. The people who don't know any better, they'll be like, man, I'm out of here. No lie. They'll be like, I'm out of here. You know, yeah, tag you in. Tag you in. Come on now. Quit playing with me. But unfortunately, there are some people who didn't make it. And they were like, yo, I can't handle me. Right? So this is the time where we look to buy. TikTok present. Let's go. Present hook. Don't get me in my army bag tonight, okay? So yeah. So we see that the market did continue to accumulate. It went sideways. Okay? It went sideways. So we have our higher high here. It didn't really go up. It went up a little bit here. I'm not gonna really, say, oh yeah, that's a higher high. I do it. You know what? Nope. Let me do the right thing. Do the right thing, like Spike Lee said, right? Okay. So we had our higher low down here. We also have another. Bam. Look. This was a low. This is a higher low. That was 19K. 24K is higher, right, than 19K. So now we have another higher low. So I'm going to put higher low here. Let me clone that thing. That I fell in love, Aisha. Okay, so now we got a higher low. What is it? Bam. Higher low. Okay. And then we have, it's small, but it's okay. We're going to clone that one too. Clone. All right. And then we're going to put this up here. Oops. I didn't mean to move the whole thing. Okay. Bam. And then finally, it broke out of this 24, 25K to 31K, right? Finally broke out. What's that? October 23rd, the week of October 23rd. Okay. I used to use pocket options. I still have the account, but I don't use them anymore. So yeah. But I know people that still use it. Well, I know one person specifically that still uses it and trades very well with pocket options. So yeah, so now price finally breaks out, okay, the week of October 23rd, 2023, and then boom, it goes up. Bam. Is this considered a higher high now? Let's do this. Look. Did I get it? I think I got it down a little too high. This high right is higher than this one, correct? Look at the price difference. You got 31K was our last higher high. This one is 48K. Is that higher than that? 48K is higher than 31K? Yes or no in the chat? 48K is higher than 31K? Yes or no in the chat? Thank you so very much for continuing to share the live. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah. All right. So now that means we got what? Another higher high. Okay. Now, on top of it, I want to share this too. Okay. We have another higher high. Now we are exiting out of the accumulation phase where our smart money has been buying quietly. And we are now entering the expansion phase, which in other words is the bull market where price is going to take off. How do we know it's expansion? Because it broke out of a resistance that y'all clearly saw. Okay. And we have consecutive green candles. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. This is weeks. 4, indecision, but still green. 5, 6, 7 straight weeks of buying. That is when we have officially entered the expansion phase. So the first phase of the market cycle is accumulation, which is this. Okay. Bottom of the sell market, bottom of the bear market, right? And then it moves sideways, right? And then our smart money is buying quietly. They're not announcing anything, child. They talking to each other, dog. I just bought such and such amount of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it. But they talking to their inner circle. They're not talking to us. They're not talking to us retail traders. They got their own internal conversation and chats and stuff going on. Okay? This is when they buy. Prices are low. Market is moving sideways. Even if it makes higher lows and higher highs, what it did here. Okay? Sideways. That's when they buying. They're not announcing nothing. They just doing it. And if you watch them and pay attention, you could be doing it too. Okay? You can stack your pennies next to their dollars. All right. So we are clearly in expansion. We have higher highs, higher low. Higher high, and then higher low. Got it? We do that over and over again. Higher high, higher low. Cool? That's expansion. Everybody got it? So does everyone know how to identify higher highs and higher lows? Lower highs and lower lows now. Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if you got it. All right. The sister said, yup, let's go. You're very welcome. All right. Let's go. Black Nature still with me. Come on. Black Nature still hanging in there. 444. Come on with the follow. I love that. When I be seeing those numbers back to back, I'm like, this stuff is on the way. Let's go. Let's go. Kevin say he got it. Lily got it. All right. Megatron. What? I like the name. Let's go. All right, cool. So at the end of the expansion phase, that's our second phase of the market cycle. Okay. At the end of that, we're going to see what is called a distribution phase. That is pretty much where the market starts to move a bit sideways at the top of the bull market. So number one, accumulation. Number two, expansion / bull market. Number three is distribution. You're going to see the market move a bit sideways here as well. Everybody got it? Now, how do we know that it is officially the distribution phase or when that distribution phase is over? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you something. That's what Fire Marshal Bill used to say, right? Let me show you something. So let me show you something. Okay. So we saw we had higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So we got another higher high here. Okay. See this high here is higher than this. Yep. Okay, cool. Price pushed down again. This low here is higher than this low here. Yeah. So that's another higher low. Okay, cool. Price push up again. We have another high, higher high. All right. It attempts to push down, couldn't keep doing it. Push up again. Now we see that the buy momentum is starting to slow down though. Does everyone agree? Yes or no? Freebird said I should have got a full understanding before jumping in. It's okay. You hear now though. You hear now though. Okay. I didn't have it all together when I first got in. And thank God I didn't lose. I could have lost more money. To be honest. You know what I'm saying? And I made more than what I lost as far as crypto goes. Thank God. You know, but hey, you here now. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is, I know this say all-time high, y'all. Don't mind the note over here. I'm gonna move it back up. I just want to use this to help y'all see. Y'all heard of the term support and resistance? Yes, Charity said it. Look, at least you got in. At least you got in. A lot of people ain't doing not a doggone thing. They just sitting there talking about, y'all crazy for getting that crypto thing. Whatever that thing is, that ain't even real money. You can't make money off of that crypto stuff. What do you mean? I can't touch it. Can you touch your stocks? But you invest in the stock market, huh? You can touch the product of the company, but can you touch the ETF? Yes or no? MVP Network, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Can you touch the ETF that you put your money into? Yes or no? Absolutely not. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I got it. You don't know what you don't know. That's okay. That's why we here. All right. Thank you so very much for grabbing that heart. Me too. I appreciate you. All right. So support and resistance for my people who are new. This is a very good example of resistance because this tells us that the market is attempting to keep going up, but it can't. It's slowing down. The sellers are telling the buyers to get the heck up out of here. Roll out because this ain't for you. We want to take over. How do we know that the sellers are telling the buyers to get out of here? Because what? These long upper wicks. Thank you for grabbing that heart, me Freebird. I appreciate you. Everybody see that? Am I making this up? Or is this making sense? Thank you for that donut too. I appreciate you, MVP. Right? This is clear. And look, the more times it goes into the same area and touches it and can't close above it, the stronger the resistance. Resistance equals ceiling for my people who are taking notes. Resistance equals ceiling. Think about if you throw a ball, a tennis ball, something light, right? You throw a ball up to the ceiling. What it do? Comes back down. It'll either hit your hand if you can catch, or it'll hit the floor if you can't catch. Okay? So the resistance is our ceiling. Price comes up, it can't keep going, and it push back down. It comes up, it can't keep going, and it push back down. It comes up, it can't keep going, and it push back down. Everybody got it? Yes or no in the chat if you got it. Just resistance only. I ain't even got to support. Don't rush me. Before somebody even say it. All right. Okay, y'all good. Awesome. Okay. If you cannot stay the whole time, y'all gotta say this. Make sure that you go follow me on go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube. Y'all, this whole live is being recorded on there. So you can always go back and watch what you missed. So if you didn't get the part where we talked about lower highs, lower lows, and I broke down the candlestick anatomy and everything, if you missed any of that, okay, you can always go to Prosperity Calls on YouTube, watch the replay, and you can get the parts that you missed. And I'm going to have like the timestamp in the description box. I'll have to adjust it, but I had a timestamps in there so that way you can go to the part that you missed. All right. So yes, thank you so very much, the assistant, for typing that in there. I do have the past one. So any of the live streams that you missed prior to today, they're all on there. Okay. All right. So let's go. So resistance, we see clear as day. This is by the week, y'all. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 straight weeks. Price for Bitcoin could not maintain above 119K-ish, this white box. Okay? So that is clear resistance to us. Okay? Now, I put this line right here because I can see that price came into this area multiple times and it would not close below it until over here. That means that's support. Support equals our floor. Resistance equals ceiling. Support equals floor. So if you bounce a basketball or whatever ball on the floor, it should come back up to your hand. Or if you're not good at bouncing it, it's probably going to go past your hand. But it ain't going to hit the ceiling, right? It'll come up a bit, and then it'll come back down. Got it? Thank you, the assistant, too. I appreciate you. Said if you go back, you can watch. You can literally start from the ground up and learn the basics. There we go. Okay? So support is price comes down. It can't keep going. It bounces back up. It comes down. It can't keep going. See how it pierced through here? But it closes above. Comes down again. It can't keep going. Close above. Come back down again. Close above. Come back down again. Close above. We know that the distribution phase has ended or is ending when our red candle, our sell candle, closes below that support. Right. You say free throw, right? Okay. We need a confirmation candle. So we need another candle to close below this close here. Okay. As long as it stays below here, that support, then that tells us, yep, we are officially done with the distribution phase. Here's another key too. What you may see is something called a bull track or a liquidity sweep. Bull trap or liquidity sweep, meaning you think that price is going to keep going up again, and the following week, because we're on the 1 week time frame, the following week, the seller say, get out of here. We got y'all money. Wouldn't that tick you off? Tell me, would that not tick you off? Like you like, oh shoot, okay, let me get in now. You get in at 119-ish, right? You think Bitcoin about to keep going. Shoot, it's got to go. They were saying it's going to 250K. So it's got to go to 250K. They millionaires and billionaires talking about 250K this cycle. And guess what? Listening to them millionaires and billionaires psych your butt out. You got in at 100K-ish, 119K-ish, and then they say, okay, look, one last push. Let's get them. Let's do one last push. Let's get them. And then that smart money, the people with the big money say, all right, sell. Let's take profit, y'all. They in the group chat talking about take your profit, dog. Meanwhile, your butt say here, oh, shoot, I just bought it at 119K. Y'all, that's a bull trap. That's a liquidity sweep. They taking people money. And then, you know, the person who don't know what they doing, guess what they going to do? Man, I guess I got to sell. But guess what they going to do? They gonna wait until price down in here somewhere. to talk about I need to sell. Dog, you might as well just hold on for dear life. What you doing? You already down. The worst thing you can do is buy at a lower price. Just buy at a lower price. Because eventually, if you know what you're investing in and you know how it moves, more than likely it's going to rebound and it's going to recover those losses. Look back here, y'all. Look back here. Y'all see this? Bitcoin high back in 2021 on the spot crypto was almost 69K. Y'all see that gray box? Say $68,971.17. That's 2021, y'all. It went down. That's why I said I was sweating. I was like, dog, I need you to stop. Please stop. Please stop going down because it went down to 15K-ish. Right? That's why I'm asking you to write it down. Free bird, write it all down. Right? It went down to 15K-ish. But when we study the smart money folks, the people with the big money, billionaires, hedge fund managers and stuff, we know when the market moves sideways like this, that term again, consolidation, right? We know they buying. They ain't saying nothing. They not announcing nothing. Guess what we should be doing? Follow the money. If we know this is their strategy, why are we not using their strategy to our advantage too? Huh? Did you hear me? Okay. So it went up to almost 69K, right? And then it did what? 2025, 4 years later, y'all, 126K. Okay. So this is how they get people. You pay attention to that. If you are dollar cost averaging, meaning you buy the asset of your choice, okay, on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, monthly basis, consecutively, a certain amount every single time or whatever. If you do that, you're not going to care where the bottom is at. You're not going to be freaking out. You're not going to be spazzing out. You're not going to be like, man, when should I start buying? Because you're already doing it anyway. Jaspreet, minority mindset saying, always be buying. That's what you should be doing in the cryptocurrency market. That does not apply just to the stock market. That applies to cryptocurrency too. If you say that's what you want to do. Elijah, thank you so very much. Oh, my bad. I thought it said Elijah, but thank you so very much, Black, for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay. So the top of a bull market, when the market has been pushing up, when people have been buying, and it starts to move sideways, slow down on the buy, his resistance, support, all of those terms. I'm so glad you're learning a lot, Lynn. I appreciate you. Okay, striving to survive. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Once we see what I just showed y'all, the confirmation, okay, we are no longer in that distribution phase, and we have now started to enter into our final phase of the market. That is called the correction phase. So there's 4 phases of any market cycle. Accumulation is first. That's at the bottom of a previous selling market, bear market. Expansion is second. That's our bull market when everybody's buying, consecutive buying week after week. Okay. At the top of that bull market is called distribution. You may see this, a bull trap or liquidity sweep. Let me put this down again so that way y'all can see it clear as day. Okay. Bull trap liquidity sweep happens at the top of that market. And then once we break and close below a form of support during that distribution phase, okay, and we confirm it, we are now entering the correction phase. That means that the market is going to get back some or lose some of those gains. Price is going to push down. People are selling and taking profit because they started buying at 15, 16, 17, 18K. Got it? And we're talking about Bitcoin tonight. Okay? So in a correction phase, which we went over first, we have our lower highs and our lower lows. When we have multiple lower highs and lower lows, that tells us we are indeed in a correction phase. Now, let's get to where we are today. Ladies and gentlemen, with everything that you have learned so far, with what you see here now, from here to where we are today, what type of market or what type of phase of the market cycle do you believe we are in? Type the number 1 if you believe we are in a full-blown accumulation phase. Type the number 1 in the chat if you believe we're in a full-blown accumulation phase. Type 2 in the chat if you believe we are in the early phase of the accumulation phase. Type 2 in the chat if you believe we're in the early stages of the accumulation phase. Deborah, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Okay, type 2 in the chat if you believe we're in the early stages of the accumulation phase. Type the number 3 in the chat if you believe we are in the expansion phase. I see the 2s coming through. Okay, 3 in the chat if you believe we are in the expansion phase. Type 4 in the chat. See you, Cap. Type 4 in the chat if you believe we are in the distribution phase. Okay. For my people who put 2s in the chat, I'm going to say this because I agree with y'all. There are some things that we need to see to confirm accumulation. 1, no more lower lows. We don't have any more. Cool, that's 1. All right. 2, we need to see price stay above an area of support. Would you all agree that this 65K area is a form of support? Yes or no in the chat. Do you agree that this 65K-ish, this white line, is a form of support? This is a support area. Yes or no in the chat. Based on what you know now. Okay, cool. Yep. All right. So 2, we need to see that price stays above there. It does not close below there. All right. So we have 2 out of the 4 things that I'm going to name. All right, cool. The third thing we need to see, specifically with Bitcoin, to say we are in a full-blown accumulation phase, is we need to see higher lows form. Okay? Do we see higher lows form? Yes or no in the chat. Based on what you know now, do we see higher lows formed? Yes or no in the chat. And then we need to see, we need to see higher lows. What y'all got? Where y'all at? I think we got somebody. They're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know, dog. Do we, Leona? Okay. All right. So in order for us, let's go back for my people who said yes. Okay. In order for us to have a higher low, what it need to look like? This was a low, right? We need price to push up, form a new high, and then push down and form a higher low. So that means the low needs to be higher than the previous low. Got it? Okay. So let's run it back. All right. We've seen price push down. This is our lower low. Okay. It pushed down. It came up. It did form another lower high right here at that 75K-ish, this white box right here. Okay. Then it pushed down. Is this low of 60, dang, where is it? 64K-ish? Is that higher than 60,000? Yes or no? Is that 64K-ish higher than that 60K? Yes or no? Okay. So we got a little mini. We got a little mini going. All right. The third thing, the fourth thing, the final thing we need to see. Okay. Land said no. Man, yes, it is. 64K is higher than 60K. What you talking about, man? You over here playing with me. All right, Jazz, thank you so very much for the follow. So now what we want to see, okay, the last thing we want to see, we want to still see more higher lows, okay, because we saw that back here. Let's do this again. We saw that back here. We saw at least 2 higher lows during the accumulation phase. Oh, you good, you good. I figured that. But this was an accumulation phase still, right? So we had 2 higher lows and we had 2 higher highs before we broke into the expansion. Cool. All right. So we want to see Bitcoin break above this 80K. Why 80K, Leona? Because guess where it was? That was our what? What that say right there? That was a previous what? Huh? That was a previous lower low. Okay? Price came down here, couldn't stay, and it pushed up. This is also the low for the fourth quarter 2025. So that for me is like, ooh, we got some support. It ain't strong, but we got some support. Let's see. Did price play around at the 80K before? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It did it here. That was the week of February 24, 2025. It came, pierced it, close above. Touch that thing, close above. Open, close above. That's 3 weeks consecutive, right? Then oh no, this one didn't do it. Then it finally broke through it, but then it came right on back up. Okay, so we got at least 1, 3. Oh, I said 1, 3. Ha! 1, 2, 3. 3 touches, right? And then look over here. It opened on it and closed above. Okay, so that tells me, Leona, that Bitcoin needs to break this. It needs to break this. And then it needs to also stay above this 65K. If it breaks this 80K, stay above this 65K, make another lower high. I mean, higher low, right? Make another higher low. We are definitely, now we're in a full-blown accumulation phase. Y'all saw how long we were in it last time? From back here, hold up. This was our last push down. So from November 2024 all the way to October, so almost a whole year of accumulation, y'all. Do you see that? So if you think that we just about to go straight into a massive buy, baby, use historical data to help you make a decision. Okay? Use historical data to help you make a decision. We only been at the bottom here since February of this year. It's only April. So that means we got a good 5 to 6 months at least of the market gonna possibly move sideways. And that's only if it does something similar to the past 2 cycles. Because even the previous cycle prior to 2021, 2022, right? Prior to that, it was a bear market for what? I think it said, was it 13 months, 14 months? So October 2026, Bitcoin hitting about possibly. We cannot predict. All we can do, y'all, and I appreciate you, V-Base, for putting it in there. Listen, all we can do is just use the data that we have and let the market play out, and we move according to the market. We let the market tell us what it's going to do. Leona personally believes that, man, we got one more push to the downside. I do. I still believe we got one more push to the downside to wipe them people out that's sitting here thinking, oh, we about to go into this back because they don't know what the heck they're doing. I really believe we got one more flush to get the last little bit, and then that's when we'll be in straight accumulation. But I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, we need to see Bitcoin break that 80K, and it has to stay above 65K in order for it to be full-blown accumulation. If it does not stay above that 65K and it break this thing and go any lower than that 60K and make a new low, y'all, we are not done with the correction phase. Got it? Bear Market Bully said, I'm so ready for that downside. That's when my ski mask and double bag come out. Come on, tell them again. Tell them again. Double bag boy, I'm gonna call you that bear market bully. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Let's go. Let's go. But everybody got it now. Hopefully everybody got it. If you learned something new tonight, if I helped you out, my bad. Accidente. Okay. If you learned something new tonight, if I helped you out, please let me. Yeah, it is. I gotta go. Because the charger is over there, and that would mean I gotta turn around and all that, and I need to get home to my family. It's 8:15. Oh my God. I'm gonna hit. I already know I'm gonna hit, child. I'm gonna hit. Why you get home so late? My little one, boy, she don't let me rest. You hear me? but yeah. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you, Heather. Thank you. So if you learned something, please let me know in the chat. If you miss any part of this live stream and you're like, dang, man, you can always watch the replay. Okay. You can always watch the replay on YouTube. I will have timestamps in the description to help you to find the areas that you missed. Okay. Ain't gonna happen tonight because I'm about to go to sleep, but I definitely have it tomorrow updated in there so that way y'all can check that out. Okay. So with that being said, this is what I want y'all to know. For my new people, if you D-Babes asks, can you do a TradingView tutorial? Yes, I can. And I can upload it on my YouTube channel. So I'll do that. All right, I got you. If it's not tomorrow, then I don't want to say, but it'll be uploaded. Okay. If you hit the notification bell on YouTube, then you'll be notified of when the videos pop up. Okay. You're very welcome. So for my new people who are new to cryptocurrency and you really like just need some help, like identifying some things before you even make a purchase, now there is a free checklist, okay, for crypto beginners. You can click the link in my bio on TikTok. The link is also in the description box on YouTube. Click it. It's totally free. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay any money for anything you don't want to pay money for. Okay. There are clearly options available for you. Like if you say, hey, look, I'm a hands-on person. I need somebody to hold my hand. Then I do have a crypto workshop that is going to come up for beginners. That's going to be next month. I'm going to lock in the date. I'm looking at, what was I going to say? I'm looking at doing the Saturday, possibly either May 9th or 16th, one of the two. I'm leaning more towards May 9th, to be honest. So if you're a person that's like, I need hands-on, like I need to be walked through how to, create the account, how to put the money into the account, how to make my first purchase, especially if you know like you're going to start investing, that would definitely be more so for you. But I just need to know people want that, because if not, I'm not about to waste my time and spend time away from my family, if people don't want to do it. But that's also an option. Like I said, you don't have to pay for anything you don't want to pay for. Just know that there are options available for you. Okay. So that's it. We talked about pretty much everything. I'll probably hit up some more of this stuff on tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Okay, that's 4 p.m. Pacific. So we'll continue on so that way you get a better understanding of what smart money looks at. I'm going to show y'all different websites. So when we talk about ETF in and out flows, for my people who have never been on my live streams, I'm going to show y'all one of those exchanges, like to see the amount of crypto on the exchange, or specifically the amount of Bitcoin on an exchange or on the exchanges, right? I'm going to show you a website for that. And then, like I said, crypto fear and greed index as well, because that's something else that's going to help you to be able to know when people are buying, selling, how people are feeling. Okay, that's another tool to do that as well. So if you miss any part, go to YouTube, Prosperity Calls, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm live. This video is there, so you can go ahead and watch it. And if you have not, thank you, the assistant. If you have not followed me here on TikTok, do so. All right. And then I will see you all tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. All right. Thank you so very much for the likes, for the shares, for the reposts, for the comments, the engaging, all of it, y'all, for the gifts, every single bit of it. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm going to leave y'all my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he said to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Got it? That's it, y'all. Have a good night. See y'all tomorrow.